be sure about anything right now. We have a high inflationary environment where cutting rates is probably the best option in terms of how much money we've printed in the last 4 years and how that's influenced the rise in home prices to up to 50% in some areas of the country. So it's, again, hard to say. With the new administration coming in, there seems to be transparent, I guess, push to replace Jerome Powell and his stance on rate cuts. The new administration believes that low interest rates are going to be the saving grace for housing affordability. But just one question that needs to be answered in that when we tried this the first time, when rates were at 2%, your lender does not make enough cheese to make that worth their while. And that's just a fact of life. If you borrow money from someone, it's going to be your responsibility to pay it back and then some. And getting into this hyperinflationary environment where we're demanding 2% interest rates and we have this super unaffordable housing market in the same breath, that's a double-edged sword that I think could cause a lot of problems here in the future. So the only solution to this, I would say, is that we need a meaningful drop in home prices because as we saw in the first go around for low interest rates, that's what catapulted home prices into the stratosphere. And it'll be hard to come back down from that. Imagine if everything were to go according to plan on getting these interest rates down to where the new administration wants it to be. That just means an uptick in home values again, which it just seems baffling and incomprehensible that we would think this is the solution for our housing affordability problem. So, just some of the thoughts that I've had in this whirlwind of the last couple of weeks pertaining to news. The only solution I can find, which a lot of people think that realtors only want one thing, and that's their commission check. But when you understand the economics of the industry you're in and how it affects your clients' pocketbooks, you start to think a little differently about what am I here for? Am I here to safeguard the greatest potential for your assets, or am I here to just collect a check? And I think that's how I've differentiated myself by being transparent about these things is the value of your home will probably go down, but as for the sellers right now, this is probably the highest your home value is ever going to be. Oh, let me take that back. In the next cycle, the next 10 to 15 years, we're starting to take that roller coaster down. We can see it in the amount of inventory that has been online and how slow some of these houses on the market are taking. And couple that with the amount of expired listings that are popping up every day. I think there was 60 plus just in El Paso County a day last week. So agents and sellers are not on the same page right now about the value of their home. And as I've said in the past video, speculation kills. We need to get down to the fundamentals of what's happening, what's selling in your area to really hone in on the value. And we're probably going to lean in the negative side of things just to as your house gets on the market and the trend keeps going in the opposite direction, maybe we bump it down another five. So these are all strategies that I'm thinking of to best safeguard your most valuable possession, and that's your home. Not all the time that you're gonna like what I hear, but that's kind of the state of the situation that we're in right now, my belief. So stay diligent out there, a lot of mysteries to be solved still in terms of what's going to happen with interest rates, home values. But as I've stated previously, home values need to come down in order to find an equilibrium. So thank you for your time. Catch you on the next one.